Alright, so enter Sadie Sink. She plays Max on Stranger Things and is one of the most beloved characters on the show, having probably the most iconic scene in the entire series, but there was a time her character really wasn't that popular and she almost got fired from the show. Where this all starts is in the first season of Stranger Things, Joe Keery's character was supposed to actually be killed off in about the 4th or 5th episode, but after they worked with the actor, they really liked him, so they decided to keep him around. So because of that, they rewrote the script to have Joe Keery's character stay with Natalie Dyer's character while Charlie Heaton was still in the mix, creating the cliche of the love triangle. Triangle is just a little bit too played out in media, where you have things like Twilight, The OC, Gilmore Girls, Riverdale, and all these other shows, and it's gotten so bad that Jenna Ortega, when she came back for Wednesday Season 2, told the writers no more love triangles. Then we get to the development of Stranger Things Season 2, and when they were doing it, they realized the cast was a little bit too much boy-centric, even though they had a huge audience from women, so they decided in the main group they were going to add a girl to the team. So they add a girl to the cast with Sadie Sink, and of course they make it a love triangle, where it seemed like in the second season she didn't actually have much of a personality, but was supposed to create a division between Kayla MacLachlan and Gaten Matarazzo's character, where they'd be fighting for her and get jealous of each other. It wasn't the only love triangle they put Sadie Sink in that season, where they also had this idea of putting Max in a love triangle with Eleven and Mike, making her some tension in the relationship as well. So because that, people actually weren't really a huge fan of Sadie Sink in the second season. They thought she added way too much tension to the show, creating 2 new love triangles that didn't need to exist, and also at the same time they just thought she was a token girl added to the cast to just make it seem less boy heavy, but she really didn't add anything personality wise. There's also the truth that some of the Stranger Things producers didn't want to hire Sadie Sink in the first place because she is 2 years older than Millie Bobby Brown, and originally in the instructions for the casting it was going to be someone at the same age as Millie Bobby Brown or younger, because they didn't want someone to look older. There was also the fact Sadie Sink lied to get the part in the first place, where she claimed that she was good at skateboarding and rollerblading, but she actually knew how to do neither one, so they had to teach her skateboarding, and because rollerblading was too hard to learn, they rewrote the script to have her character not do that anymore. Because of that, in the original scripts for Season 3, Sadie Sink was barely in the show. They were going to mention this whole idea that, hey, she's going on vacation back to California with her mom for the summer, and she was only going to have a few scenes originally because people just didn't like her. That is definitely not something Stranger Things is afraid to do, just look at number 8. But where things started to change was in early reads for Season 3, with the parts they were going to give to Sadie Sink. They noticed that she had this really great chemistry with Millie Bobby Brown, and they came up with an idea. Because they realized at this point Millie Bobby Brown's character of Eleven was only seen either hanging out with boys or adults, so because of that she never had someone that was a true female friend. Because of that, they rewrote Season 3 to incorporate a lot more of Sadie Sink, where she became the best friend of Millie Bobby Brown's character, even though that was basically a complete and total 180 on what they were building up to in the second season, where this character was supposed to hate this character. And then Sadie Sink also benefited big because of Dacre Montgomery, and even though these characters really didn't have any scenes together in Season 3, he was actually still an important character they always planned on putting in the show, and his death had a big impact on her character. It ultimately led to Sadie Sink having a mass breakout in Season 4, where she had maybe the best scene in the history of TV. But with that, I'm Charles Peral. Please subscribe to learn something.